In this lecture 3, we are going to deal with the QPSK. What do you mean by QPSK? Quadrature phase shift keying. As the name suggested, there is a phase shift keying with a 4 phases there that we call as a quadrature, 4 phase shift keying. Okay. So what do you mean by the here? It is usually we term in the terms of the bandwidth consuming keying. We call this one as it is one of the bandwidth consuming scheme. Here, the phase of the carrier takes any one of the 4 equally spaced values such as pi by 4, 3 pi by 4, 5 pi by 4, 7 pi by 4. How it is that? You can see it here. Okay, so you can see here. So first one is the pi by 4. So pi by 4 means it's a 45 degree. So 45 degree means here. Now I'll consider this as random. Next one is 3 pi by 4. So 135. Next one 5 pi by 4. So 5 by 225 here. So next one is 7 pi by 4. That is 350. Okay. Yeah. So when I combine this all the 4, it will be, so bear with my freehand drawing. So what is that? Now we can see here. So this is the statement they're saying that it takes on any one of the 4 equal spaced here. So this is a 5 by 4, 3 pi by 4, 5 pi by 4, 7 pi by 4. These are equally spaced here. Hence the name suggests that quadrille phase, it takes any of one of the 4 values, so suggested, and that will be transmitted. Okay. So why this bandwidth consuming scheme? I will tell one next step. Okay, in the next slide I will explain. Now, how to represent the transmitted signal S of t is equals to square root of 2e by 2 into cos 2 pi fct plus 2I minus 1 into pi by 4, that is varying from 0 to small t to, that is 0 less than or equal to small t or less than or equal to t, and 0 elsewhere. So this is equation 1. So what is happening here? We are not using EB here because we are using the more than one bit at a time. We are taking more than one bit at a time. That is the reason we are using it as a E and T instead of we used it before the EB and TB, right? So now this has been multiplied. So I need to bring. So that is the reason. What will happen if I represent 1 pi by 4, next 2 3 pi by 4, next 5 pi by 4, next if I use 4 7 pi by 4. So it will substitute this me the 4 values and is the energy transmitter signal per symbol. It's a symbol here. What we had it in the PSK, we had a 1 bit per, but here we had a 2 bit in one symbol here. How? We'll get back to it. Because we had a we have a pair of bits. We call this a unique D bits, which are die bits, or D means 2 bits here. Each of it consists of 2 values here. For that is the reason one is the in phase component, another is the quadrature phase component will be represented here. So we choose the represent the gray code and natural code in the table 1. So the reason behind it here is that is the cos 2 pi fct and 2I pi by 4. So now we'll see here. I'll substitute the equation 1 has been expanded here. Now by the using formula cos A plus B is equals to cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. So now when I consider square root of 2 E by T is the common in both the place. So first one cos A plus B, cos A cos B is cos A is nothing but cos 2 pi fct, then cos 2I minus 1 into pi by 4, 1 minus square root of 2E by T into sin 2 pi fct into sin 2I minus pi by 4. So where will be the cos that we call it as an in phase component, where will be a sin, we call this one a quadrature phase component. Again we can see here the same thing. What we have done, just we have elaborated. So before, so one, why we use the d bits is that one from the in phase component, another from the quadrature phase component, which will get added in. So hence we are not using bits here, eb or tb here. We are using it E and T because of the one symbol consists of two bits. That's a two component. One is the in phase component and a quadrature phase component. Hence we call this as a bandwidth conserving scheme. We are transmitting a two bits in a one transmission signal. So based on this representation, we can make two observations. That is there are two orthogonal basis functions defined by a pair of quadrature carriers, right? One is the cos 2 pi fct, you can see it here, pi 1 of t, pi 2 of t we are representing as sin 2 pi fct. The same thing what we used to do in the previous day. As I said earlier, if you have a two carriers, we will be representing it as a pi 1 of t and pi 2 of t. So that is a pi 1 of t with respect to the in phase component and a pi 2 of t with respect to sin 2 phase component. And this E will represent me whether it is 1, 0, 0, 1, so like that, plus or minus, whether on this we can represent here. Now the message, how we are representing it here. What is remaining now in the pi 1 of t, you can observe here after this one, just this is what I used it for pi 1 of t, right? So what is remaining? Square root of e into cos 2i minus 1 pi by 4. You can say minus square root of e into sin 2i minus 1 pi by 4. So this is what the message points. This is what the message points. This is what the one observation, and this is the second observation. This is where I have differentiated the carrier signal and the message signal. What we used to do in the previous also, like that one. Now in the table 1, I'll consider it for different cases here. Okay, now I'll consider it for S1 of t, S2 of t, S3 of t, S4 of t. So how it is that I am representing I is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4 here. S1, 1, 1, S2. So what I am doing, I am representing the debit 1 and 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. So what is that? Plus square root of e by 2 and minus square root of e by 2. If it is a positive, square root of e by 2. If it is a minus, that is, if it is 0, that is represented by minus of square root of e by 2. Okay, so what is this? 1 and 0. When did you add it? That is the square root of e by 2 minus of minus e by 2. So what it will be? Again e. So that is what we mean. So e for in phase, e for out phase, quadrature phase. So that is the reason we are representing the divided by 2 here. 0, 0, 0, 1, minus 0, 1. This is what I represented for SI1, SI2 here. Now, so I have taken here, okay. So this is as a pi by 4, 1, 0, pi by 4, minus 0, 0, 3 pi by 4, then pi by 4, then 7 pi by 4, the natural course. I have started it from 1, 0, pi by 4, then 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. It's like the gray code we say, gray code. So I am representing in a reverse way, pi by 4, 3 pi by 4, pi by 4, central. This what I have expected here, it is in the reverse way. So minus 0, 0, pi by 3 pi by 4, 0, 1, pi by 4, 1, 1, 7 pi by 4. Then pi by 4. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1 it should be there. But what I made 1, 0 to be because of the gray code consumption there. See here, so 0, 0, first it was 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. So when you are representing in the gray code, the first it will come 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, then 1, 0. So this is the reason that has been started from here and represents C here. This is n is equals to 2, m is equals to 4. So n is a two-dimensional and m is equals to 4. 4 message points. You can see it m1, m2, m3, m4. So m1 is 1 0, m2 is 0 0, m3 is 0 1, m4 is 1 1. So I am starting it from this one z1, z2, z3, z4. So this is s1, z1, 2, 3, 4. I is equals to 0, I is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. This is how I represent those things. And this is the reason where I'll start with the 0, sorry, pi by 4, 3 pi by 4, 5 pi by 4, 7 pi by 4. Okay. So you can see it here. As I'm going in this manner, you can observe it here. I'm going in this manner here. So from here, this is 45 degrees, that is pi by 4. This is 3 pi by 4. This is 5 pi by 4. This is 7 pi by 4. I'm going in this direction. So now how to make this two sequence when we have derived the d bit there, right? One is for in-phase component, another is the quadrature component. We can observe it here. You can see it here. 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 0. So 0 and 1. This is the odd number. Odd number we call it as the in-phase component, and 1 we call it as the even number we call this as the quadrature phase. Similarly for here also 1 0 1 0 0 0 here. Okay. So now here you can see here 0 is nothing but it's a component with respect to the cos. So 0 is what? Minus. So it has to start it from here. You can observe it here. And end it where it has started, it has to end at the same thing. Next is the 1. The sign. Its carrier component is the 1. Quadrature phase component, right? It starts from 1. So here till it will end it till here. Okay. Now next one. 1 and 0. 1 means it has 0 means it has started from here. 1 means it has to start from here and end it here. Okay. Then 0. It was sign was done like this way. Since it is 0, it has been started like this way till here. Okay. Then 1 and 0. 1 again they continue from here till here. 0 again the negative. Next one is 0. 0. 0 means from here, and this is 0. So it is starting from here. Okay. In short, I'll say it like this way. So how it is that when it is a cos, it will start like this way. When it is plus 1, it will start like this way. When it is a 0, it will start like this. Okay. This is for plus, dark blue is for plus 1, minus sky blue is for 0. Now, if for the sine wave, how it will be? Okay. If it is a plus 1, it will start like this way. It is a 0, it will go like this way. So this is how we represent it here. Now how to make them add? So this here, look here, the amplitude is minus 1, here amplitude is 0. So 1 minus 1 plus 0 divided by 2. That should be minus 0.5. It will start from minus 0.5 here. Then here minus 1 in divided by 0. Again it should end it minus 0.5. Similarly we have to do it like that only. here 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0, so it is starting from plus 0.5. You can observe it here, and end at this is what 1 plus 0.5. So where it has started, it is ending at there only. You can observe that observation here. Then you can see it here 1 plus 0, 1 plus 0, yeah, 1 plus 0 here. 1 plus 0 means it will start from 0.5. The same thing, continuation here till here. Here it will be 0.5 plus 0, oh, sorry, 1 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 it will end. And here 0.5, sorry, here 1 plus 0, 0.5. So this is how we calculate. We calculate the the amplitude of first bit here, then add and divided by 2, that is the amplitude of here. The same thing we do it for the end bit, and then we have to draw the waveform. This is how we do it. And remember one thing, that first bit will be always the in phase component, that is the odd number bit, it will be in phase, and one will be even number, that will be quadrature phase. This is how we make a classification of the D bits, and as per what we give the 3 bits. So if this sequence is given, usually the sequence will be given 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 0. So we have to make a pairing of this bit D bits, and then classify as to the in phase and the quadrature phase components. Now we'll discuss about the generation and coordinate detection of QPSK. So from the earlier discussion, we discussed about the bits and all. Now we'll discuss it in the how we implement into the block diagram and when we get the outputs of that. Here, first the data sequence it will be there. As I said, 1 0 1 0 1 1 some blah blah blah, it will be given, and it is given to the non-return to 0 level, that is either plus square root of e by 2 or minus square root of e by 2. Here not EB, here it is minus or plus square root of e by 2. Then it will be given to the demultiplexer. The one component, the in phase component, will be given here. The quadrature phase component will be given here. That is, if for example, now if a bit is given 1 0 1 1 0 0 1 0. Okay. So now how it will be? First we need to make it a pairing 1, no 2, next this one. So what is happening here? So first I'll consider 1 0. So 1 0. Okay, 1 0. So what is happening? This is multiplied with the in phase component, that is a cos 2 pi fct, then 0 with a sin 2 pi fct. Okay, so this is what it is going to add. This is what the square root of e by 2. So together it is getting multiplied, and if it is 0, it is getting multiplied minus here plus square root of e by 2. Here it will be minus, so this should be plus e by 2 because of this 1, and this will become minus square root of e by 2. So similarly, both will get added and give us the symbol as we did it for the bit stream, right? So 1 and 0 is there, so it will get add and divided by average of that is taken there. Similarly, it will carry out for 0 0 like that. Similar next for 1 1 and 1 0. So first what we have to do, pairing, then split up into in phase and quadrature phase, then it is getting added, that is sum divided by 2 and the amplitude and this is okay. Then when you for the receiver, the same thing, x of t will be there, then it is again in phase component will be multiplied with the pi 1 of t, and here outer quadrature is multiplied with the phi 2 of t. Then is passed on to the square root of 0 to 2 via t divided dt, and here again the same thing. So what is happening here? The component, the quadrature phi 1 of t and phi 1 of t will get cancelled, phi 2 of t and phi 2 of t will get cancelled here. Phi 1 of t and phi 1 of t and phi 2 of t and phi 2 of t will get cancelled. Okay. So what is remaining? The pressure, the impulse component, that's the amplitude of the impulse component will be given here, and the amplitude of the quadrature phasor component will be given here. Then here x1 and x2, this is what we are getting. So depending on the condition, whether it is greater than 0 or less than 0, 1 and 0 has been classified. Again the same thing for the quadrature phase, and that is added to the multiplexer, and then we are estimating the binary sequence. So this is what the pair of correlators will be used here. One is this one, another this one. So this we call it as a pair of correlator, and this is the pair of decision device for the same two cases, and the multiplexer to add those the signals. So now this we are doing the same thing as we did it. I have explained here the pair of correlator to remove the components there, and pi 1 and pi 2 are nothing but the orthonormal basis function, which is we are using it as a reference, synchronous local reference, that we are using it in the transmitter, and the same thing we are using it in the receiver there. Then the x1 and x2 are being generated, then we are given it to the pair of division to check whether it is greater than 0 or less than 0. x1 greater than 0, symbol of 1. If it is less than 0, it is made in symbol of 0. Similarly, we do it for quadrature. Then add the resulting we pass on to the stream, the binary string at the transmitter. So when we looking at these things, we are sure about how to the process is carried out. The signal generation, the signal diagram, then the signal of the constellation diagram, then we conduct it, and then the block diagram has been designed. Now I'll take it out of 4, any one case I'll be considering. Any one I'll be considering. So now I'm considering symbol 4. What is that symbol 4? The both x1 and x2 are plus e by 2, that is 1 and 1. Plus e by 2 plus w plus e by 2 plus w. Okay, I'm considering the symbol 4, 1, 1. So how it is mean represented here? Mu1 is equals to x1 is equals to e square root of e by 2. The mu2 is equals to expectation of x2 is equals to e by 2. The both are same, both are positive. Why? The one reason for both are positive, because it's easy for me to calculate. Then variance for both x1 and x2 is given by sigma square is equals to n0 by 2. So step 1 is done, step 2 is done. So we have considered which signal has to be considered, another which we have to consider for mu1 and mu2. Okay, we need to consider it for mu1 and mu2 here. Now the step 3, conditional probability density function fx of x of s4 here. Before we used to consider either it is 0 or 0 or 1. Usually we consider it for one case, but here s4 here. So now 1 by 2 pi sigma square e into minus of x square. Before I used to use exponential, now I am using it directly e minus of x1 minus mu the whole square divided by 2 sigma square is equals to 1 by pi n naught, because pi n naught is what? N naught by 2 here, n naught 2 and 2 get cancelled, pi n naught here. Then e into the minus x1 minus e by 2 the whole square divided by again 2 into n naught by 2, and 2 by 2 can cancel n naught. This is what f of x1 of x1 by s4 is equals to 1 by pi n naught e into minus of x1 minus square root of 2 divided by square root of n naught the whole square. Here it was only for this one, the square, and I have considered for the whole square. As we do in the previous video, we usually use it for simplification. Then Similarly, what we did it for x1 or for s4 condition, similarly I'll write it for x2 for small x2 of s4. The symbol x2 here. Okay. S1 it was, so another condition, x2 condition here, pi 1 by pi and not. What is the difference? Is I'll represent only x1 by x2, that's it, minus e by 2 divided by n naught the whole square. This is the equation 4 and 5. Okay. Now, when signal S4 of t is transmitted, the receive point lies in the decision region Z4. As I said, it's a Z4. Z4 means if it was, this is Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4. So this is the region where my this symbol S4 lies here. Okay. So now this is the probability correct decision. PC, correct decision. We are not taking error here. We are taking with respect to the correct decision. And signal S4 has been transmitted is given by PC of S4 of t is equals to P of x1 greater than 0 and x2 greater than 0. So I'll be using the property of conduction decision. So I'm trying to make it a independent, as this x1 and x2 are statistically independent. I'll split up those things. That is like this way: P into x1 of greater than 0 and P of x2 of greater than 0. Okay, x1 of greater than 0, P of x2 of greater than 0. So now I'll substitute here 0 to infinity into f of x1 into x1 into s2 s4 into dx1 into 0 to infinity fx2 into x2 s4 into dx2. So I'll substitute those things 1 by pi n naught, the 0 to infinity e raised to minus x of 1 minus e square root of e by 2 divided by n naught the whole square into dx1. Similarly, again 1 by pi n naught into square into infinity of 0 to infinity integration of 0 to infinity into e raised to minus of x2 minus x square root of e by 2 divided by n naught the whole square into dx2. The same thing what we'll be doing here. Okay, but what is the problem here is that the same conditions, right? So I'll again multiply and divide by 2, the square root of 2 divided by n naught the whole square into 1 by 2, the same thing. So what I am doing it for here, doing it for same thing, only the difference is x1 and x2 here. Okay. So better, my suggestion is like you do it for one thing and the same thing you do it for here, except the x2. Okay. Now the square root of 2 by n naught into x1 minus square root of e by 2 is equals to square root of 2 by n naught minus x2 minus square root of e by 2 is equals to z. So I am considering this term and this term, okay, this and this term as equal, accepting the x1 and x2 is also equal, because x1 is also 1, symbol of x1 is also 1, symbol of x2 is also 1, and that I'll consider it as z. When I differentiate it, so dz is equals to dx1, dz is equals to dx1 into square root of 2 by n naught, or dx1 is equals to square root of n naught by 2, or dz is equals to dx2. So dx1 is equals to dx2. This is what we can say is the n naught by 2 into dz. So both are equal. So now when x1 is equals to 0 here, you substitute here, what will you get? x1 is equals to 0 here, 0 minus this term. So that time only I am getting minus e by 2. E by, okay, e by, so what is that? Square root of 2 by n naught minus e square root of e by n naught. So this will become 0 here. So what is that? 2 and 2 get cancelled. Square root of e by n naught. This is what we are getting. When it is my infinity, so again the infinity. As I say always, if you remove one thing from the one one tumbler of water or anything is like, it's the same thing. Infinity is like, if you in something also it will be having a heavy of the things, right? Infinity. The same thing, I'll substitute it in the next step. So this is how equation 6 will become PC square 1 by pi n naught and minus square root of e by n naught infinity minus z square by 2 into n naught by 2 into dz, thus whole square, because I have conditioned that both are same. So it will become square. So what will happen here? This n naught and this n naught get cancelled. And what is 1 by 2 pi? 2 will get here, 2 pi square root of then the integration of minus square root of e by n naught up to infinity e raised to minus z square divided by 2 into dz the whole square. From complementary error function, this is what we got it for correct function, right? We want to take error function. PC is equals to 1 minus q of e by n naught. This is well. E by n naught the square. Expanding, this is like a minus b the whole square. A 1 plus q square into square root of e by n naught minus 2q square root of e by n naught there. So this will get reduced because it will be ignored. So 1 minus 2q of square root of e by n naught. This is what the probability of corrective function. I am representing in terms of a q as we used to do it in here, because we cannot do directly for correct function. Only for error function we can write it as p of e, q of e by n naught it was. Now, but because of this presence of correct function, I have to go for these steps. Next, I have to find it for probability, average probability symbol error for QPSK. P is equals to 1 minus PC. 1 minus what is the value of PC? 1 minus 2q of square root of e by n naught. So now 1 and 1 get cancelled. Probability of error is equals to 2q of e by n naught. Okay. Now this QPSK system, there are 2 bits per symbol, and hence the transmitted signal per symbol is twice the transmitted energy per bit. That is E is equals to 2 EB. E is equals to 2 EB. So we are doing it for 2 bits, right? So that is the reason the average probability of symbol error is P is equals to 2Q the square root of 2 EB here. Instead of E, I am substituting here 2 EB here divided by N naught. 2 EB by N naught. Hence, bit error rate for QPSK is given by Q square root of Q is equals to 2 EB by N naught. This will get cancelled. Only bit error Q is equals to square root of 2 EB by N naught. Okay, so here what we have done, the first thing we have gone through the QPSK, and we have derived that the compressed form into the inverse and the quadrature format. Then we solve it which is the basis function, because here we have a 2 component, that is one pi 1 of t is the inverse basis function, pi 2 of t is the quadrature basis function. That is the pi 1 of t is with respect to cos 2 pi fct, the pi 2 of t, that is the quadrature base component basis function, it is with respect to the sin 2 pi fct. Then the maximum signal has been classified out of that signal, because we have derived it from cos A plus B, that is cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. By that formula, I am differentiated into the inverse and the quadrature phase component. Then we have derived the thing, and using that symbol, I have drawn the table there. S is equals to I is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have drawn the single space diagram. We are starting it from in the clockwise direction, that is the Z1 in the below 4th quadrant, then 3rd quadrant Z2, second quadrant Z3, and the first quadrant is Z4. So 0, the message bit starts from 0, 1 0, 0 0, 0 1, and 1 1. So then we will do all this theoretical, and we try to draw a block diagram where again the bit stream we are trying to analyze is that when a bit stream is being given, we are trying to pairing those things. How pairing? So for all the first two bits, we call that the D bit set. The first bit, odd bit, will be in phase component. Then the even bit will be quadrature phase component. Then the amplitude at the starting and the end, at the initial or the initial step and the end, we add those things, take an average of that one, and divided by 2, and that will be the resultant, the bit what will be getting the bit strings. Calculate all those things, and we transmit, and then at the transmitter we transmit all these things, combine and transmit, and at the receiver, and the same basis function is being multiplied, the in-phase component and the quadrature phase component separately, divide those things, and then add, and we get it. And we go for the decision devices. Okay, we go for the decision device and get, and again the decision device we use it here, pair of correlators, because one for in-phase component and another for quadrature phase component, then another for the decision making, two, one for in-phase and one for quadrature phase. Then we add it, and then we go for the decision then and multiplex, and we get the signal. This is till the generation and detection of the QPSK. Then again we go for probability of error here. So probability of error, we do it, we consider it for the equation S4, the symbol S4, that is 1 square root of e by 2 plus square root of e by 2. We find the error, but we can't find a direct method because of the two conditions. We find it for x1, and then we do it for similarly for x2. So this is how we do it, and we do it for probability of correct decision. Then we take the formula from correct decision to represent it into the average probability of error, probability of error, and then convert to the probability of the error function. Okay, and this is how we got it. And we need to be mentioning that like here E is equals to 2 EB, and we do it for the bit per here, bit error rate here. Okay, till here we did it for 2 bits together. Now here doing individually. So 2 into Q into 2 is EB divided by N naught. So for individual bit it will be Q into square root of 2 EB by N naught. This is how in short about the QPSK. So when compared to PSK and QPSK, this is one confusion there. PSK we did it directly, but here we need to do it the probability of error rate function. Okay, thank you.